Hi everyone, this is my first video. I had to use Michael's phone, my fiance's phone, because we're having problems with the laptop because it's so old and broken, and I'll be getting a laptop soon, so hopefully I'll figure out how to do that. But for right now, this is how it's going to work. This video is going to be 20 random facts about who I am, since this is my new channel. I originally had another channel called the Wiccan Beauty, and it was poor and horrible, and so this time it's going to be a little bit better, I'm hoping. Um, so let's get started. The first random fact, my name is Jessica, but I don't usually go by that name. Usually people just call me Jessie. The only people that really call me Jessica are my coworkers, but usually I just go by Jessie. Second fact, I was born in Mississauga, but I lived in Collingwood. Now I live in Brampton. It's a smallish town in Ontario, and it's not a bad place, but it's not. I don't want to be stuck here for the rest of my life, basically. The third thing, I am a mom. Yay! My daughter's 3. You probably won't see her on here much for her own safety and protection, but on my Facebook and whatever else social media I do post pictures of her. Most of you that are watching are probably going to be my friends and family, so either way. The fourth thing, I'm a daycare teacher. I know I don't often look like it, but I teach preschoolers in this big center, and I love my job. It can be crazy sometimes, and ministry definitely makes it hard for me to love my job at times, but I really do like my job. The fourth fact, a lot of people think I'm goth, and that's kind of the label that I go with, but I'm not really gothic. I'm alternative with a gothic influence. Like I wear black most of the time. I love things that are considered goth, like lace and chokers and just blood and whatnot. But really, when it comes down to labels, I'm not really that, if that makes any sense. I'm more just alternative. I sometimes will wear color. I'm not constricted to this one thing of goth or being alternative in general. Fifth thing, I think that's the fifth thing, right? Fifth thing. I have one tattoo. I was hoping to get another one, but things just kept going wrong. And I think that was just a sign that I should just not do it. And I didn't. So I have one tattoo. It's on my shoulder, and it says "Know Thyself," which is like my personal motto. That in order to do things, you need to know who you are as a person instead of just doing things, and you need to think about how it's going to affect you. And that's kind of the motto that came into play. I got this tattoo 4.5 years ago, and it was, originally I was going to get a band logo, and my mom told me not to, that it would probably be a bad idea, and I'm so glad she did. So I chose that instead. I chose it 2 days before my appointment, and it took half an hour, and it was interesting to say the least. I didn't scream, I didn't cry, I cried a lot, but I didn't scream and I didn't pass out and whatnot, and it was okay, so I guess my pain tolerance is alright. Sixth thing, I've had a lot of piercings before, but I haven't kept really any of them besides my ears. The first piercing I ever got was the back of my neck, and I got that just on a whim. I saw it when we were hanging out with my friends, and I saw this one girl had it, and she looked really pretty with it, and I'm like, okay, do it right now. and it was a stupid decision. I love the piercing. I had it for, oh gosh, probably about 9 months, 8 or 9 months, and I really loved it. But it was a horrible idea. It was just in a bathroom where people were drinking, and it was just a really horrible idea. And thank goodness that it did not get infected. It was with a sterile needle, so it could have gone on a lot worse than what it did, but I probably should have been more cautious. I've also had snake bites, but they were not marked properly by me, because my ex did them, and, you know, he trusted me to do the marking, and I screwed up on it. And so I took them out for a job interview, and then I just couldn't put them back in again. Like, I waited too long, and it really sucked. I liked it, but I really wished that they were actually equal. And then I've also had my labret pierced. I had that for almost a year. The reason why I took it out is because I had a child in my daycare, and he just didn't like it on me, and it was just causing problems, so I took it out, and the relationship with that child got a lot better after that, because I guess he just didn't like it very much. And so yeah. Seventh fact, I worked at Tim Hortons before. I hated that job. It's not even that I hated the people. I liked the people, but I spent so much time there, and it's not a job. It's not a job for someone like that. Eighth fact, I graduated high school and I graduated college before I had my daughter. So I do look younger than I am. Some people mistaken me for 17, 18. I'm actually almost 25. So people often get this. They see me with my 3-year-old daughter, and they're like, oh, she must be a teen mom. Oh, scum of the earth. But really, no. I was 21 when I had her. So yes, I was still young, but I wasn't as young as I was. Ninth fact, I'm engaged. We're getting married this September. I'm really excited for it. We're not doing like anything huge, but it's going to be fun. It's more gothic-y, romantic themed with blacks, purples, whites, reds, different colors like that. We're not even really having a reception. We have a ceremony, and then when we come back from our honeymoon, hopefully we can pull off just a big house party, which is not going to be gothic themed. It's going to be like video game, comic book, nerd life, things like that. 10th fact, I'm actually a huge fan of comic books now. Before I wasn't so much, but when I met my now fiance, his mom bought me my first comic book that I've ever owned, and I just fell in love with it. The first comic book I ever owned was a Harley Quinn book, and it was Volume 1, Hot in the City, and I just fell in love. I actually have more comic books than my fiance now, because I buy a lot of issues that come every month. 11th fact, my favorite band is The Birthday Massacre. I'm one of those people who literally, like, as soon as I walk up, the other fans are like, oh god, here she comes. I really love their music, and the lead singer, Sarah, she really inspires me to be an alternative person, and she's older than me, so to see someone with that lifestyle who's older than me, it kind of makes me feel like I don't have to grow up and wear things that are considered normal and appropriate for my age. She's also a published author who I love, and like, she's in a band. I've always wanted to be in a band. Not gonna happen now, but and she's a published author, which for me it's another dream that I've always wanted to have, but I never really got around to. So there's that. And 12th fact, I love medieval magic stuff. I love Game of Thrones. As you can see, my nice little sitting area with the Harry Potter blanket. I'm obsessed with Harry Potter. It was the first fandom I ever had, and it's just grown from there. So I love Game of Thrones. I love Harry Potter. I just started getting into anime again after a brief hiatus of a few years. When I was younger, it was always Sailor Moon, Cardcaptors, Cyber Six, Pokemon, Digimon, all that type of stuff. And then the last anime I watched before this hiatus was Chobits. And I really started getting into that, and then just I stopped. So I started watching anime again. My favorite anime right now is Attack on Titan because it's just really cool and just really gory and very intricate. I've also been watching Death Note and again, and then Sword Art Online. I'm now at the part where they're into the second game, Alfheim or something like that. As soon as a kick-ass. Like, I love her. She's awesome. 13th fact. I love My Little Pony. I know that's like not considered a alternative people thing, but I think it's just so cute. And my daughter loves it, and I love it. I also love Monster High. I guess that's fact number 14. I love Monster High too. And I know the theme song better than my daughter, so 15th fact. If I could have any job in the world, I would probably want to be a musician of all things, but that dream is no longer. I would feel horrible spending time on a band and whatnot instead of being at home with my daughter. Like, my work always already takes up too much time, and if I were to join a band, it would probably be a little bit harder for me, and I don't want to leave her. Number 16, my hobby is makeup. I'm not that great at it. I wish I was better at it. Like, I just started highlight and contouring, and I don't even think I can do a smoky eye. If I do, I'm probably doing it so wrong. I'd love to be able to do stuff like what Glam and Gore and Made You Look do, but I still have a long way to go. And so, I don't know, maybe on this channel I'll start documenting makeup tutorials that I do. Number 17. What else? What else can I honestly say? I love... No, I'll start with a dislike since I've said so many things that I like. I dislike racism. I come from a family that, is very traditional and very proper, and I just kind of grew up thinking, like, why be like that? I really don't care about any sort of religion. I work with Muslims. I work with people who are Hindu. I've worked with people who are very, very devout Christian, and I love them all. I work with pagans. I work with atheists. I work with Catholics. There's no barrier. As long as you respect me, I'm going to respect you. And there are times where I felt like kind of ashamed, not ashamed, but embarrassed because of some comments that people have made about my beliefs. I'm pagan, by the way. Number 18, I'm pagan. I believe in nature. I don't believe in anything evil. I don't believe in the devil. I don't believe in hell. It's just I don't believe in anything that could be so negative. But I do believe that there's God and there's goddesses, and so gods and goddesses, I mostly worship female goddesses, only because I've actually had experiences where I've connected with a goddess instead of a god, and it's not that I know that they're there, it's just I worship more female, like Hecate and Lilith and Baba Yaga, mostly the maiden and the mother and the crone, the trifold goddesses, and those who are considered kind of dark goddesses. Number 19, I suck at video games. I'm horrible at them. And number 20 is this actually took me a long time to actually figure out. So that's my 20 random facts. And I'll be back with another video reviewing my new unboxing slash not unboxing. Okay, so bye.